Hello and welcome to round 4 of the Rilton Cup here live from Stockholm. I'm once again joined by Grandmaster Ulf Andersson. Ulf, how are you today?
Thank you. Okay, yeah. I'm curious what will happen today.
Yes, today.
Yes, we just now got the information that Carlsen became world champion in the Blitz as well.
Actually, just before we went live, Ulf and I were sitting here in the room watching the game. So congratulations to new world Blitz champion Magnus Carlsen with a monster score of 17 out of 21. Also kudos to Duda scoring 16 and a half. Also a big score, and it was a lot of fun to follow. Meanwhile, back here at the Rilton Cup, we have 5 leaders on a perfect 3 out of 3 score. Tamir Nabati, Gopal, Kartikeyan, Santos Ruiz and Aryan Golami. And I suggest that we're almost 1 hour into the round, so let's go to the top board clash between Tamir Nabati and Gopal. And I saw that Nabati took a very interesting approach to the opening today.
Yes. I make the moves now.
Yes, sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is special move. Very uncommon. Yeah.
Yes, I'm not sure I have seen it, or at least
No.
that not on this level, definitely not. Have you seen this before?
No, never.
Never.
Never. No.
And even here it continued after G6. White now played B4.
It becomes kind of, what should I say, perhaps a strange Grünfeld. Normally in the Grünfeld, it's important to normally for black to succeed to get c5 in c5 as well, but white prevents this with this plan with d4 and b4 here. So let's see.
Nabati has been playing some very interesting openings actually in this tournament, some slightly unusual approaches.
Yeah.
What are your first impressions? We were just saying both of us have never seen this move, knight d2, before. What do you make of this position? I mean, it's a very unusual...
It's a position that, it doesn't make life so difficult for black. It seems playable, but it's not really trying so much maybe for initiative, more to have a setup, a certain setup with the pieces. And here with pawns, he's pushing the pawns instead of developing the bishop and making castle. Now knight e4, yes. Bishop e2, bishop g4.
And e6, and that is the position e6.
E6, yes. Yeah.
And that is the position we have on the board now.
Yeah, and what would the plan be for black here? Well, he probably wants to develop the knight to d7, and then who knows, he might even go for f5 to have kind of Dutch defense, but a good
A good version.
Very good version, yes.
So what do you think of White's opening experiment? Successful or not so successful?
Well, I guess with most other things, it would be possible to have a position that would not be worse than this one, I would say.
So we'll see. What is White's plan? I guess White will castle, or
Yeah, probably castle. And then
could White do something crazy like play h4, h5 and not castle?
Maybe it is possible, but I'm not sure afterwards, because it doesn't have so many pieces for the attack. And then when the knight gets to d7, it's close for the defense there. And
either via f6 or f8 potentially.
yes. And I'm if I would be White here, I would be a little bit afraid for my bishop on b2. That might be the worst bishop later on in the game. And for instance, at some moment probably b5 will come, try to have bishop a3 and so to make the bishop a little bit better. But even so, Black's position is all right. I think it's very all right.
Okay, so we will come back to this one a little bit later.
Yeah.
Let's move on to board 2, where we also have a clash between two players who are still on a perfect 3 out of 3 score. Another player from India, Karthikeyan, who's playing against Santos Ruiz from Spain.
Yes.
Let's maybe go to the beginning and see
Yes.
what we missed.
E4. Spanish.
We are finally starting to see some more Rui Lopez, as we were discussing yesterday.
Yes.
That they have been quite rare during the tournament, so far at least.
Because the last time many players have been playing bishop c4, the Italian, and then more or less transposing to Spanish 10 moves later, coming to similar positions. But this is,
And that is mostly because of the Berlin, probably, or what do you think?
maybe, that is true. Maybe, the people don't want to have this Berlin defense against them. But there are many games played with this also. It's like, so many games. D3. That was the open variation.
Which we saw yesterday in a
Yes.
very, very interesting game.
Yes.
Which was played by, was it Gopal who won with it? Yes?
It was
No, it was Lalit Babu,
Yes.
another Indian player with the black pieces.
Yes.
Against Kobalia, actually, that was it.
Kobalia,
right?
yes. Normally this with the d3 and c3, it is not to play d4. It's a bit slow, not so. It's more harmless, so to say, but just to develop the pieces normally, and then maybe later d4. Yeah, and also the option to play g6 to put the bishop, fianchetto the bishop right away, instead of making bishop e7 castles and later you go around with bishop to g7.
By the way, a big hello also to those of you who have joined us in the chat on Chess24. I will be keeping an eye on that, so if you have any questions or any comments, you can let me know there. Also, if there's any games you would like to have a look at. And the other way of getting in touch with us is via Twitter using hashtag Rilton Cup. This is all very standard maneuvering
yes,
so
yes.
far.
This thing to make to play it slow, to say.
Mhm.
Yeah, black plays it quick, trying to 1-2 tempo, but white has lost one tempo with d3.
With D3, mhm.
But sometimes it can be good to make those moves, because still when you have the let's say the ideal setup, what to do then?
Mhm,
Then
mhm.
so now you make it slowly so you get to the ideal
Mhm.
setup in any case. Yeah, this makes sense, everything. Bishop h4. Normally the bishop goes back to on this diagonal,
Mhm.
because the bishop on h4 or maybe g3, it's sometimes
Yeah,
not so well placed.
I was just wondering, so black played bishop e6, but what would happen if he played g5, let's say?
Yeah, then I have to
You have to go back, and then what about that bishop? How big a problem is it?
The question is if it is a little bit weakened for black or not
Mhm.
here with g5, but I've seen some positions when the bishop has been on e7
Mm-hmm.
and white is doing the same thing. Then after h6, bishop here, you can just move the knight, and then you have to exchange the bishops,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, that becomes quite okay for black. Normally would be to go more normally to go back here in any case, but still he has done nothing here with the
Because after, okay, so black played bishop e6.
yes.
Yes, now white needs to come up with a plan.
Yes.
Is it still normal to play for the d4 push?
Yeah, otherwise one has to play for something here on the queen side, but if not d4, then I hard to disturb the black position. The knight can only go here to e3, not to g3 because of g5.
g5 losing a piece.
And knight e3. Yeah, but mostly in the Spanish, the knight normally belongs on g3. Most games are played with knight on g3. And right.
That's one more reason why it was strange that the bishop retreated to h4, I guess.
Yes, yes.
So do you think the opening has gone quite well for black?
Yeah, I think black has come out, reasonably well, and no real danger, so to say. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean,
Yes.
still a long fight ahead of us
Yes.
here. So we'll check back in later. Meanwhile, the knight has come out to e3.
Yes.
We'll come back to this one.
Yeah.
Let's go to board 3, where we have our final player on a perfect score. That is Aryan Golami from
Yes.
Iran, who's playing against Mikhail Kobalia.
Shall I take it from the
Yeah,
beginning?
let's go to the beginning. Aryan Golami, who is still a very young player, I believe. I will,
Yes.
while you take us through the opening,
Yes.
I will look up.
Yeah, black. The develops the pieces more or less like in the London system. Only the bishop is on g4 instead of f5. But then, because it's and also this with c6, d5, e6, trying to close the white squared bishop for this diagonal, and it's solid. It's solid. This thing we saw with different reverse colors. We saw just Carlsen. He won against Korobov in the last game. The same type of position.
And I checked Ariane Golami, only 17 still, so still an up and coming.
Yes.
Play. Although nowadays, we have these players here who are 12, 13, and they play on grandmaster level. So.
Yes.
Okay, so bishop d6, all standard. Although I'm never quite sure when do you put the bishop to d6, or when do you put it to e7, or is it a matter of taste?
Yeah, I'm not sure actually what is better. Well, with this idea bishop here and knight to d7, maybe you have some ideas to play e5 then. But if you play the bishop d7, then perhaps you push on the queen side then instead.
Also, interestingly, Kobalia has spent almost 18 minutes before playing bishop d6, so
yes,
he must have.
Yes, and here also, if white is going to fianchetto his bishop or not, because if he can play with the idea of, well, let's say with queen c2, knight c3, or maybe one moment take on d5, if e d5 to play for the e4 idea to have majority on the king side, but those positions is not 100% that it will turn out very well, because after black has put his knight on d7, all the pieces are solidly developed, and it's a solid position. It's hard to break such position. Actually, I suppose there is no way to break that. It's just playing against the nature. You don't beat the nature. It's impossible.
An immovable force. So let's see. White decided to take on d5.
Yeah. And now I took with this pawn. This would be maybe e d5 would be more ambitious, but this is now it can become symmetrical. Now the knight will be better placed on c6 instead of d7.
Yeah, and we see that after knight c3, black did play knight c6.
Yeah, now knight is coming there. b3, d7, knight b5, bishop e7, is good. Bishop f4. Sometimes in those positions you exchange the white squared bishop, black exchanges on the knight here on f3, and those positions are supposed to be quite okay for black also.
Well, we can have a look at that, because the knight went to f3, so you're saying that after...
yes, then now he could do it if he wanted to.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look at... He didn't do it, but we can go back and explain what you were just saying.
And bishop takes, and then...
We can play the moves, actually, if you want.
Yes, maybe this, this. And then if white plays for e4 or not, or if he plays for e3, d4, then it's symmetrical, and this bishop, will probably be changed against the knight, or has to be changed against the knight. Otherwise, it might be trapped here.
And then it's a very, very drawish endgame.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so black maybe decided to play this slightly more ambitious.
Yes.
Is that fair to say? Queen e7?
He avoids the kind of symmetrical things. Rook a c1, rook c8.
And that is the position we have on the board.
Yes. Yeah, black is okay, I believe.
Not so much happening here
No,
so far.
it's a quiet position, and I don't know if white is ever going to play for e4, if it's because if e4 never happens, then black is very safe. No, e4 can be good, can be bad also.
What about black? Does black have any active plans?
I don't believe so either. Maybe more it will be exchanges on the C line. Here it could easily be that.
It looks like a draw at the moment, at least, is the most likely candidate in this game, I guess.
Yeah, both players are playing without weaknesses. Safe play, so to say, yes.
Okay, we'll come back to it later.
Yes.
I will let you pick a game now. Let's
Okay.
have a look at the list and I'll let you pick one.
Thank you. Maybe. Yes, I take my countryman.
Lubeck,
Yes. Against-
who yesterday played a very interesting game,
yes.
sacrificing a couple of pawns and then even getting a superior endgame somehow. So it was a bit like a magic trick today. He's playing against Bartolomew Heberlev from Poland.
It looks like this was a kind of London system. Became. Yeah, he's playing solid. Yeah, this London system, so it can be good to play if you are not so deep involved in theory and so in general. You just put up the pieces in a very simple way, and then you begin to fight afterwards.
You told us a bit about Patrick Lubeck yesterday. What would you say? How is his opening knowledge? Is he up to date with the latest, or is opening?
I don't think so. He's more a natural player, I would say, and I believe he understands chess very well, and a natural player, just not a person who's, I would say, who's studying theory.
So it makes
deeply.
sense to play something
Yes.
more solid like this, and then
Yes. H6 to make sure that he can keep the bishop. Yes. C4. It takes. Because this is not bad to take, also because this bishop diagonal is not dangerous, because b7, c6 they kill the bishop. But if you can break it somehow to force black to do something with the pawns to lose
somehow play b4, b5.
Yes, then the bishop will be good. But otherwise, also if you try with e4, e5 to get played like that, and the bishop will first go down here, and you play e6, the knight will swing around, and only then if a knight can come up to d2 or c3 and to e4, you can play perhaps for the square d6 a little bit. And if black has to exchange this bishop then on the knight, then white gets the bishop pair, but he must always be careful with the pawn then on e5, it might be weak
Yes.
eventually.
Yeah.
But it can also be a position where white can get the initiative because he has more space and he may not lose the pawn. If he loses the pawn, he is worse. No, but so that has to be well calculated, or say just a good feeling when you want to play to do it in the right moment, so to say.
Black decided to keep the queens on the board. He played knight d7.
Yes, yeah. It's okay, I think, too. Knight c3, e5, good, b3, bishop b4, a5. Yeah, this setup with the pawns a5, b7, c6, it fits well together with e5. All these moves, it looks okay. Knight a4.
The idea of a5, I guess, is A, to stabilize the bishop, but also B, to make it harder for white to ever play b4.
Yes, I believe so too. Yeah, here then, white cannot get space on the queen side, and he has, and black has a good development, no? Just castle, king side, and then everything is there. Knight h4. Yeah, this is an interesting idea. So, and now a3 first, bishop d6,
And bishop h3.
bishop h3. Yeah, this is the thing that could be disturbing black. Maybe the only thing that disturbs, because now it would be nice to have control on f5. Because you don't want to play g6. No.
Is there any other way that we can defend f5?
I don't think so.
Doesn't look
Cannot
like it.
defend against that, but that's a way to get the bishop pair at least, and to play slowly.
So do you have to allow knight f5? Do you have to, what do? You castle and then you give up the bishop? Or what are the black options?
If you play like this, as he did with h6 and bishop back like this, then you probably have to do that. Or if he could have played bishop e6, but then it would be perhaps better to have the pawns, to have a pawn chain here and to have a pawn on d5 versus a pawn on d3. If the knight, if the bishop can go to e6 instead of bishop h7, but let's see, knight h4 here. We can see here. The question is, can I go here or not?
Let's have a look. So bishop e6. I somehow attacked.
He can also play queen c2 if he wants. Then he will also have this idea. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, and especially if he plays h6,
Then it makes sense.
Bishop h7, yes.
But now white has a decision to make after bishop h3, I guess.
Here,
Black
yes.
has a decision.
Yes, and now maybe white can slowly increase something after he gets a bishop pair, but still it's not so easy to free himself from here. The a3 pawn will be hanging, so the rook cannot move, and if the queen goes to c2, you play something with the rook to d1, but rooks are coming to to D8, E8 maybe. And
it's still a very solid. And it's still a very solid position for black.
Yes, yes. Maybe even some moment E4 and try to play bishop E5 and so. Black is somehow always solid, whatever happens practically. But it's not, let's say, a setup perhaps where you look for a quick initiative also, but that's just solid. It cannot be broken, and maybe a slow initiative you can get with black pieces in such type of position.
Okay, so let's come back to this one a little bit later.
Yes.
Okay, let me try my luck to choose a game. Let's go to my friend Fabian Libisevsky on board 7.
Yes.
From France. I am half French. You probably don't know this. I'm half French, and I don't have any. Mostly, I'm Luxembourgish. I represent Luxembourg, but there's no Luxembourgish player playing in the tournament, unfortunately.
No. Yes.
So I have to turn to my second. My second motherland.
Yeah. You take it from the beginning. Yeah.
Sure. So these are the group of players that are trailing the leaders on 2.5. 2.5 out of 3. There are how many of them? 17, if I didn't miscount. 17 players on 2.5 out of 3, just behind the leaders.
Yes. C5, yes. Now this is slightly better for black than the normal version, because in normal version h3 is not played. It's a bishop stands on e2, and maybe you don't need to play h3. So the black can, but still, black cannot probably make use of this anyway, but it takes one move extra in order to castle and so.
So maybe it's a bit more time compared to the main.
Yes. He decides to play the b6 to pawns on the 6th row, like this, instead of playing, let's say, with the knight c6 and taking bishop e6 and so on, queen a5, and well, standard moves. But this is because this is also not so great, this h3 against this setup as well. It's now plays g3. He wants to have like this. This is similar to the game Hillar Persson against Nabati, but the difference is that then we reverse colors and the pawn stands on c2 instead on c4, and normally the pawn is better on c4 than c2 because it controls more in the center, gives more space. When the pawn is on c2, there are always moves like rook c8, and sometimes you have to look out for the exchange sacrifice, for instance, no? And so here this is for more space, but black is very solid,
We have a lot of slow maneuvering games so
Yes.
far today.
Yes.
Hopefully, when we continue picking, maybe like I would prefer to see some more action on some
Yes.
boards. Hopefully, we'll find some somewhere.
Yeah, but this, if it becomes action in this game, then it will be hard action, because with e6 and so on, and in one moment maybe a break with b5 or d5 if that happens. But if white can also start to push a little bit here on the king side, but that is also weakening. It's maybe what black wants, because that white creates weaknesses, and then those I say breaks in the center are more dangerous. If white is pushed, weaken here.
So white decides for now to play on the queen side. b3, e6.
e6, yes. Rook d1, e7. e1, yes. c8.
And a4.
Well, the breaks with d5 and so, they are only dangerous if the rooks are standing on e8 and let's say d8 or c8, and the queen on b8 normally. So in this moment he's not playing for d5, but for b5 it's not also not or is it possible to play for this in one day, because it's a little bit weak on c3, but still maybe not yet. But
so white stops that.
He
with
wanted
a4.
to stop, but this is good to stop, but it's anti-positional for the pawns like this. Now you can only wait here with this. Cannot push them, and here's a beautiful square, and also b4 is a square if the queen comes around here.
The next move, black now played queen f8. I guess the idea is to play bishop h6 and exchange the bishops, or what can be?
Yeah, that could be, because, well, if you exchange the bishops, then you have perhaps more play here on c5 and b4 as black, and sometimes if white would win this pawn, let's say, if it would win, but still then you have later, if queen comes up and knight c5, you have positional compensation.
And compensation,
yeah. White has to look out for those things.
White now played g4, preventing
G4.
bishop
He's
h6.
playing, bishop there. To have this move sometimes. So, for instance, if one knight would move in this position, either knight would move, then he could play b5 just, because he's pinned on the c line.
So white gets out of the pin by playing queen b1.
Yes, that is a better square for the queen.
And that is the position we have at the moment. So what do you think? How do you assess?
Yeah, here it's open game. They can, I would, if it would be a soccer match, I would put one and home win, a draw, and a away win. I would give all three results. Yeah. This is really such type of position.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll come back to this one later. There's still a lot of action to come in this one. I'll let you pick. I'm sure eventually we'll get lucky. I mean, you're probably happier with these games than I am. I want to see some action and some
Let's see
some
if
attacks.
We can find.
Where are you going to take us?
Maybe.
We can also scroll down and see the boards 11 to 20. I think Tiger is on the live boards. We could go to Tiger's game if you want to.
That could be interesting to go down a little bit there.
think Tiger is somewhere on board 17, 18.
Or maybe
There he is.
here we have Hillar Persson here. Or maybe we can look at the game of Coolouts from
Sure.
Estonia.
We can. I think we have enough time to look at both games. So
Yeah.
let's start with Coolouts.
I choose this game. Then.
Okay. That is more what I would like to
Yeah,
see.
this-
Exactly.
This is. Wait,
Let's see how we got to this position.
Roy from India against Coolouts, Estonia. And also, this mode, new fashion, this also move that is you can play with if you don't have so much knowledge of theory, it's to avoid all the preparations and so on. This
Maybe a move that was brought back to fashion partly by Magnus when he played it against Karjakin, or even before.
Yeah. So this is it's a developing move. Yeah. This and E takes. Interesting also to take with the G pawn, but this is also possible. E3, bishop D6.
Apparently, we are being told in the chat there is also some action in the Tiger game, so we will go there next.
Yeah. C6. Black plays solid here. Knight D2. Then F5, yes. Queen F3. G6. H3. The idea can be to play for G4 perhaps, but then you need to castle queenside and so. But
So black plays h5, stopping.
he did, that is good, to prevent
Any G4 moves for now.
it prevents G4. Knight E2. And now, it's question come out with these three pieces and to, I suppose, castle queenside as well. H4.
Does black have time for a move like h4?
I don't know if he has time for this. It's only thing, it's against G4 because then he will take H takes G3. It's against that. Otherwise, for instance, if you go back here, it would be nice to play knight D7 and knight F6, but against knight D7, maybe he can play G4, but if you take once, changing rooks and so, taking the pawn. I'm not sure.
Let's have a look at it, maybe.
Yeah.
So you're saying that if black had played knight D7?
Knight D7 or bishop E6. We try this, no? So
let's have a look.
Because if castles, knight F6, then G4 is impossible.
Yeah.
So,
if we want to play it, we have to do it immediately.
Yeah. And then take, and we exchange here. And then take here. How is this position? Still, he needs
some time to
1, 2, 3 moves, and then fourth move castles. Maybe white can also play for, I don't know exactly, but E4 castles, and I'm not sure. This is.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would like to be black here. But then I guess if white doesn't have anything immediate, it doesn't matter that we're taking some time.
No.
To finish development.
Because if he would reach with the knight to F6, then this is a nice setup with and g4 is never playable, no? So that would be a safe game for black, actually.
So yeah. So anyway, black decided to play h4 to not allow.
Yes.
Let's
I
okay.
yeah,
So the
h4. And then c4 is the only way to try to break the white structure. Otherwise, he's coming with the knight to d7, f6, and maybe bishop d7, queen e7, long castle. So he has to do something here. Takes, knight takes, bishop there, c3. Bishop e6. Yes.
It's very interesting. I just see that now
Yes.
after knight d7 and king b1, black actually did decide to castle on the king side, which looks
Yeah. Now he can play for that because there is no danger here on the no H line, no H fire. We can see here king there, yeah, it's and castle, yeah. Well, it would be more safer if the bishop was on g7. Then I would do that too. But
so my first question is, what if I play, let's say, g3 immediately to try and open
g3 or g4?
or g4, yes.
Yeah, I suppose one takes, it takes en passant.
Okay, so let's put it on the board. Let's
Yeah.
check g4 or g3.
Yeah, you make this. Also, no h4, no. This. Maybe it's possible to, but he can get the knight to f6,
and
king
then
g7, rook to 8, maybe something like this.
Yeah, I was thinking at first sight I didn't really like it for black, but maybe he is relatively safe.
What move? No.
I mean, just in general, at first I wasn't
yeah,
sure if
yeah.
I would like to be black here with that king, but
Maybe it's possible some break somewhere and to attack here.
okay, what happens if I play e4? Do I have time? Maybe I don't have time because the bishop is the knight is hanging on c4. Yeah, I don't think
Yes.
I'm in time.
No. But it's a lot to play here. It is, here they have to play well from each move, play exact, I think.
Okay, this one will be very interesting.
Yes, I think so too.
So we'll keep an eye on that one. Let's go to Tigers game, which apparently we're being told in the chat. And I think maybe from now on, maybe we can just take the games from the current position.
Yes.
Especially this Tiger game against Schmiedek. Apparently we are being told that they were following a game, Karyakin Elyanov, from 2010 up until, let's see, if Fuxia can let us know until which point they were following that. I think up until this point.
Yes.
If they can let us know, because apparently so Fuxia is saying that Karyakin had played in this position h4 first
h4
to stop g5.
Yes. Yeah, it makes sense also.
Actually, I mean, if you want, we can see how maybe we can very quickly play through the opening moves
Yes.
and see how.
See how they got this. Yeah.
Okay, so Tiger, we said before that he's actually, I think it was Harry who said that he's mostly well known, of course, for the modern. But we saw him play here. He played c5 against Seal.
Yes. Yeah,
And today plays the Caro-Kann.
he plays very flexible chess. It's good if you can have this luxury, so to say, to be flexible all the time. It's like a wrestler with oil on the body.
Yeah, it makes it very difficult to prepare, of course, against you. Let's go back. That's
mistake.
Yeah.
I think. I think it was Nigel Short who's maybe if he started to play this kind of thing or to make it or made this popular, maybe has been played in the 50, 60 years ago. It's possible, but to make it popular for today because he played this kind of chess against Karpov in the semi-final match many years ago in the slow development and but I was always of the opinion that if I get out with the bishop to f5 and get e6 and can keep this bishop, it's a very good London bishop.
Yes.
Fantastic diagonal, yes.
Do you think Tiger is well prepared enough that he knew that he's following this game, Karyakin and Elyanov?
Yes, I believe, yes.
Okay, so I think we can play through the moves, especially if it has been played before. So all of this has been Welcome back to round 4 coverage of the Rilton Cup. Apologies about the small technical issue break, but we are back with the position that is currently on the board between Emil Schmiedek and Tiger Hillar Persson. Tiger is thinking after Bishop C1, and you were just saying while we were on a break here in the room that it's a position that's somewhat strange to play with both colors on both sides.
White has two dangerous pawns, the A pawn and the D6 pawn. And the only thing for black, if black gets out of everything, controls everything, then maybe he will win one pawn just to have a winning position. But the question is how to get out of this pressure. I don't see a clear way to get out of the pressure.
Can black ever push the pawns? Somehow play h5 and try to activate the rook over the second rank, or is that?
If the rook can come here on this rank, the second rank here.
Let's say I play h5. I don't know if I have time for it, but h5 with the idea to then play rook g8 and rook g7 maybe, or something like this.
Yes. And then. Yeah, that could be an idea. Maybe I have no.
Oh, no, it looks like there's an immediate problem. Maybe not. I think we shouldn't pay too much attention to the bar.
It's more confusing.
Yes. Okay, I mean, there might be some immediate issues, of course, after bishop a3 if black is not careful.
This move. But now he's playing only with the D pawn, not the A pawn, so to say.
So do you want to start with a4 before bishop a3?
I would like to, have both, but maybe I miss a tempo from this. We play your move, rook g8, this, and then this idea, and then I'm not sure. If bishop here, we play. Oh wait, no, how is this? Maybe it's possible. Bishop here, if here.
So let's have a look. Bishop a3. Rook g7.
Still, it's maybe time behind in any case.
You mean black is too slow, or?
I had for white. I'm thinking if rook was to c7, if d7 check, maybe d7 check.
Okay, so let's see.
What should we do?
We can try.
Yes. Check. I thought it was king here, no, king to g8, yes? But now the king is far away, very far away, and I have to look out for knight here and takes if I go with this. But
so what happens if I go a5?
A5, yes. Like the game, he pushed the pawn very far, no? The Karjakin. And then, how to. But now we have a check here, and knight b5. Thank you. Maybe
Okay.
king c2
Okay, let's have a look.
to see what he's going to play against this.
Yeah, I would not like to be black here, I have to say.
It is strange.
Yes.
The black pieces are strange. Cannot really attack the d7 pawn.
Also, Tiger is still thinking in this position after bishop c1. And I think let's come back to this one a
Yes.
bit later.
Yes.
Let's maybe go back to the top boards. We haven't seen these in a while. So let's go back to board 1.
Yes.
Oops.
Ah.
We might
here.
have to maybe later. Yeah, we can do that. One second. Oops. One second. Okay. Here we go.
Ah, yes.
So that is the position. Maybe we can go back. So we left. Where did we leave it? Left it very early, somewhere around here.
Yes. He took here.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Or bishop g4 first. We had bishop
Yeah.
g4.
So we left it somewhere around here
So takes on
on d2.
two. And then e6. So. Yes, and then, yeah, what did he do?
So he castled.
Castle.
Knight d7.
Knight 7, yes.
Rook ab1.
Mhm.
And c takes d5 is on the board. So they haven't actually played so many moves since we
Right.
left.
Knight b6. I like this. And c takes d5. And he's thinking.
And black is thinking how to
Yeah.
recapture.
If he plays c takes d5, it will be symmetrical.
Mhm.
And well, black will not be able to make use of the c4 square because
Mhm.
it will be pushed down here. Well, then knight goes to c8 or d6 maybe. But if black can let's say just get the position with the knight on d6 with his, a rook away to e8, bishop back to f8, and playing for the c4 square. But maybe white is able to get b5 also in, and then
Mhm.
bishop a3, and to exchange this bad bishop on
Mhm.
b2. Otherwise, the other option is e takes d5, but then this bishop on g7 should be better on d6 in order to attack
Mhm.
h2 here. And then if e takes d, and then he's later playing for b5, then it's like the queen's gambit position with the minority attack. But of course, but then the bishop also is not very good, no. But just if you get minority attack here and get pressure on the c6 pawn, that would be a little bit awkward for black, perhaps, to permit that. It's not needed to permit that.
By the way, just to let you know that on board 3 we had a result already, the game between Golami and Kobalia. We thought that was looking very,
it was
very equal. Yeah.
a draw, yes?
Yes. We might also, I don't know why it doesn't show up here. We might have to go for another break shortly, because it looks
Yes.
like
Yes,
our computer is being a bit slow, but this game on board 3 was agreed a draw. on move 30, which is the minimum amount of moves you have to play here in the Rilton Cup before you can offer a draw.
Yes. Yeah, this is opposite color bishops and this C line open only, and it doesn't mean anything, the C line in such position.
Yeah.
Only if it, for instance, if there would be a change of bishop, if it could have been with only heavy pieces here, then white would be slightly better because he has a C line.
Yeah. Okay, so another good result for young Aryan Golami.
Yes.
Let's go back to board 2 maybe.
Yeah.
So game 2, the game between Kartikeyan and Santos Ruiz, which was another maneuvering and interesting game in the Rui Lopez, so let's see how that one developed.
Yes.
Let's go back a few moves to where we left it.
Yes, okay.
I think we left it here after Queen B6.
Yes. Like
this is where we left it off.
Yeah. H3. And what happened then? Knight H5. Yeah.
So we were discussing earlier that bishop on H4 that is somewhat out of play. You were saying that very often after H6 it retreats to E3 or D2 rather.
Knight F4.
Om man tittar på tigerns parti.
Ja, det kan kommer tillbaks,
So knight F4, F4 or F5 from the other side, which is always a good square for the knight.
Yeah.
White played bishop G3. Would white ever be happy to give up that bishop for the knight, or does he just want to wait for now?
Yeah, normally not, I think, to take that. Sometimes it can be, but normally not. It makes the bishop on G7 more alive, and only if he can win the pawn on F4 later, otherwise not, I guess.
So black retreats the knight, knight C6.
Knight C6, yes.
Queen.
Queen D2. Now maybe soon he's going to threaten maybe this knight there.
Yeah, so black decided to retreat the knight to H5.
Yes.
Bishop H2.
This is not a great bishop on a dead diagonal here. It's in the Rui Lopez you hardly ever get this bishop on H2. But sometimes it's played bishop G5 to provoke H6 just, and then you go back with the bishop, and then maybe you play Queen D2 or Queen C1, and you attack the H pawn and to win a tempo by such kind of maneuvering. But here, this bishop is harmless, and still not D4 has been played, and everything is, for me, it seems that black must have a good position.
Yeah, it seems like the opening didn't really go very well for white in that game. So black played rook A8, bringing the last, developing the last piece, and G4.
And G4, now white doesn't see what to do.
Yeah, drastic measures. And the knight jumped back to F4.
On to f4. Yes.
And that is the position we have at the moment. So black is threatening the h3 pawn.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It is strange play by
Yes.
white, I think. Everything strange, yeah.
what are white's options? Does white have to take the knight, or what are his options?
It's hanging on h3 and
Is h4 an option, or is that too much?
I don't think that's really an option. Maybe if takes, pawn takes, knight to f1 probably, because on g2, oh well, maybe on g2.
Let's have.
to
Shall we have a
d5.
look?
Maybe d5.
Hmm?
Take on f4, knight d5,
Yes, because
because the f pawn is hanging.
if this knight should go to f1, because g2 is wrong square.
But the suggestion is knight d5 could be an option.
Knight d5.
Knight d5 you have. This, thank you. This is something. That could be something.
So attacking the f pawn twice.
Must take, no?
Yeah, I guess we.
No. And then, maybe he wins the pawn,
Mm-hmm.
but it will be opposite color bishops and
So let's have a look. Bishop
Yeah.
takes d5.
pawn takes.
E takes.
I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Knight to e5, no? Or do you have other also?
No.
Right here. And then queen takes.
Mm-hmm. So you were saying white has won a
One.
pawn, but
But black has a better bishop.
Mhm.
And if he could open this diagonal a little bit more here, but maybe it's not possible, but somehow this looks very okay for black in
Mhm.
any case, yeah.
Also, maybe knight e7.
Hmm?
Maybe knight e7.
so we are joined by our
knight
expert
e7.
from the first two
Maybe-
rounds, Grandmaster Harry
maybe
Schüssler.
knight e7. Knight e7. Yes, maybe this. This is interesting idea. You mean if it takes, you want to play g5, knight g6? No, or it's hanging. No, queen takes.
So we're just hitting d5.
Mm?
Bishop
Oh, it
B-
takes on d5, yes. You take just on d5, yes,
Bishop
yes.
b3.
Okay, so bishop b3 is being suggested to defend the pawn.
Maybe g5.
g5, yes. This is possible also. And if nothing special happens in the coming moves,
Mhm.
then black will be slightly better, I guess, because the bishop on g7 is, the black square bishop is better than the white square bishop. And never any danger on this long diagonal from with bishop on c2, and let's say if the queen comes to diagonal, come to h7, that's king f8 with pawn on g5, nothing. It's just one check,
But-
nothing.
But if you're concrete, if you take g5, h4,
Uh-huh.
Bishop f6.
okay.
h4, bishop f6, yes?
But don't,
Yes.
don't both players have some kind of strange position? I think. It looks. Yeah, you could play h5 maybe, or any move here. Maybe both players have bad position.
I don't think online you can probably not hear what is being said in the audience, but we have a suggestion that both players have a bad position.
Yeah, but in general, I don't think that black has a bad position. I don't believe. I don't believe. Because if he wants, he could also play this with the pawn down. If he wanted, it's enough to make a draw anyway.
Actually, if Harry is here, would you like to take a seat? I'm very happy to take a short break. Shall we have a quick swap? Okay, I think we're going to have a quick swap and leave you with a Grandmaster team.
Was it
Okay, we are back here, me and Ulf, and we are looking at Volkov's game. Are we? Here
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, Volkov, he played here in Stockholm many times, actually, and is dangerous player, strong player. But was it Nesterov that played yesterday a funny game with, was it Pansar?
Yes, against
It was Nesterov. It
Mm.
means that he won the
He
game
won.
finally then, yes. Oh, look, this.
Should we watch the last moves again, perhaps, or have you already?
No, we
seen
have
it?
not seen it. From where should it begin? From
Here somewhere? Yeah.
20 maybe,
Mm.
or before.
It's okay, 20.
Yeah. So,
So now it looks not that weird, but the weird things will come, you know.
yeah.
But the rook is white has just with passive rook on a3 perhaps,
Yes.
and
I think that Volkov, he likes to play these Slav defenses and so
Mhm,
these kind
mhm.
of positions.
somewhat seemingly passive positions, and then he counterattacks.
Yes, yes.
So let's see what he did in this
Yeah.
particular position.
Queen
Queen
B8,
here. Yeah,
hitting on F4.
yeah, and keeping control on b3.
Yes. Bishop C1.
White defended. And black played
Oh.
g5. Wow.
Oh, he's really going strong. Yeah, let's see. This very interesting.
Mhm.
Takes and knight E4, I suppose.
Mhm. And now, well, black sacrificed a pawn, but look at that diagonal towards h2.
Yes.
Black has a battery, bishop and queen, hitting on
Yeah.
the black squares, g3
Yes.
and h2.
Yeah.
Mhm. And it's threatening bishop h2 check, and followed by knight g3 check.
Yes.
So white has to somehow defend.
Yeah. Yeah, it threatens to win material. Bishop.
He couldn't prevent
No.
it. And now what?
I played
Knight.
knight.
Why not playing with a bishop?
Bishop
We'll have a look
check
at that.
or here.
Yeah, bishop, I don't know. Either way, first,
Should we see this first? What happens?
yeah.
This. This.
Check.
We take. You take. King here.
And now the knight has to run away, run back. Yeah. And
3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6,
black has an exchange versus a pawn,
Yes.
but he didn't like this for some reason. What do you think about this position, Ulf?
Yeah, this is. I'm not sure. It's well. If he gets out here
White
with
has-
the pieces,
Active pieces, perhaps, in a while. You know?
and the question is whether Black King should be. This is. I'm a little.
Perhaps White can play G6
Aha.
immediately to try to destroy.
That is a nice idea. Just G6. Somehow. Yes.
Yes, and perhaps knight df6 or something.
Yes. I'll go more also.
Mm. White has some compensation for the pawn.
Yes.
Could become active on the black squares thanks to his bishops, perhaps. It's
Yeah.
not so clear.
No, it's not clear. It's
Should we see what he did instead? Because he didn't
Yeah.
like
no.
to
He plays
win
for
the
the
exchange.
He plays for the black squares only, not
Yep.
not,
Not
to
for the
win,
rook.
win material.
No.
Let's see. It was fg5, bishop f3. Yeah,
Yeah, so now he did not play bishop h2.
he played knight g3. Mhm.
Keeping his bishop on c7, controlling
Yeah.
the black squares.
Yes. G6 now
White
it
went,
comes.
went for this anyway.
Yeah. So it will be similar.
Slightly
tactics.
similar to what we looked at.
The question is, what is better, the knight on G3 or F5 or the black square bishop? That is a question.
But I like the bishop.
Yes.
It's nice to
the
have a
bi-
bishop.
The bishop is more safe for the.
Mm.
That is true. The knight is a little bit hanging.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So White took on f1, I guess. No, he did not.
First.
Play bishop g4 first.
And then king G7 just.
Mhm. Because now if White plays queen takes e6, then perhaps knight f8 is possible, and then he runs away with the f1 knight, maybe.
Yes.
Or no, it doesn't work. What about knight queen takes e6?
It takes here.
He didn't take there, did he?
I see what he. He's thinking.
If he takes on e6, then maybe queen h2, bishop h2. Or is that
Yes.
possible? I don't know.
He's thinking here, yes.
Okay. So this is the actual position.
Yes.
So either he just takes on f1, and then he has a pawn for an exchange,
Yeah.
and some possibilities to attack later on. Or he complicates the issue even more, and then he plays perhaps queen takes e6. Do you think that's a possible move, Wolf?
Queen takes e6.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking, what would I do against such a move? Queen takes e6.
Maybe we can
We
have
can
it on the
look.
board.
We look at this.
Mm.
He took.
He did take.
He did take on e6.
Yeah.
See,
And now what?
see.
Now White threatens to take on d7. That could lead to a situation where the black king is rather naked.
Yeah.
So black has to perhaps stop that. But how?
What to do with the knight there? If the knight should go to maybe to f6, but
It's possible. Maybe we can look at that. Knight f6.
yes. Every time I make a move, I'm afraid that this will jump up to be completely white or completely black.
Mm.
Yeah.
And if you do, no, something happened here.
Uh-huh. So
If white does check on e7, then after king g6, black threatens rook e8,
yes,
trapping the queen.
yeah,
So probably white should take immediately on f1. Perhaps.
yes, yes. So
After knight f6. If black plays knight f6.
yes, this king takes here. And then it is 2 pawns for the exchange.
Mm.
But the pieces are standing strange, no? Strange here. Rook
Yeah,
here.
the
Knight.
white queen side.
Yeah, yeah,
They have hardly moved.
yeah.
And maybe black can play
Maybe
queen b5 and
b5.
bishop e2, perhaps.
Bishop e2 there is, yes, yes. That's a good move.
Because you want to counterattack somehow here
Yes.
with black. But how? What about bishop f4?
Maybe also possible, yes. Black is certainly never worse. It seemed
No,
in
he
this
has
position.
compensation. Well, compensation, it's more or less equal material now.
Yeah, yes,
And black has, the white king seems to be more in danger.
yes,
Black can play maybe rook e8 or something, depending on
Ye-
the white's choice, of course.
yeah. Oh, what happened now? Now it's jumping again here. Oh, white to black. Yes.
So what? Maybe black made a mistake here. What
And now
happened in
it's
the game?
black. Yeah.
Let's look in the game.
Yeah.
If we go back to queen
I
takes,
must say, he can do check e7 and then bishop e6.
it's possible, but
To check on f7.
but when rook h7
yes.
is trapping white's queen.
Yeah, maybe.
We got a suggestion
Yeah.
here of queen e7 followed by bishop
Maybe.
e6.
The chess check on
Yeah.
f.
This is nice.
On f7.
Rook h7.
Yeah, queen f7 check.
We have to explain
Yeah.
what the suggestion was here. Queen e7,
Seven.
king
Check.
g6,
King. Go.
bishop e6.
This.
I mean earlier on.
And then now, if in this position, black can
No.
play rook h7.
Yes. Very nice.
So
Winning.
white cannot
Yeah,
do
not
like
good.
this.
Yeah.
But let's see what happened, because something happened, no? What did he
Yes.
play after queen takes e6? He didn't like knight f6, did he?
Here, king f1. He
No,
played.
black played
No, he
bishop
played-
h2 check.
This knight f6 was not so bad, I think.
It's possible move, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe he found a better move. Let's
Bishop
see.
takes bishop h2 check.
And then
King takes
Take.
f1. And now what?
rook f8 check. Uh-huh. This is because it's forced. He must come back with the bishop.
Yeah,
Little
otherwise
bit
he
more.
loses his queen after king e2, rook e8.
Yes.
And now black played queen b5 check.
Now queen b5. This is a way to play it, and later on trying for rook e. Well, I must think of the knight, but to play for rook e8 to get all the pieces active. Then
Also knight f6 and knight e4 might come.
yeah, yes,
If white had played now king f2, then perhaps knight f6
yes,
followed by knight e4. So white played queen e2.
yeah, yeah. He must play. We need to.
But this is okay for black still, no?
Yes, I believe so. Too.
But also okay for white, perhaps. Black has a rook versus bishop and 2 pawns,
Yes.
and there is no immediate threat to any king at the moment. Or who is better here, Wolf?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but probably. I suppose black is okay anyway in this position,
Mhm.
but I don't see how to proceed after changing of queens and king takes, and he will slowly develop, but maybe the bishop on f3 is very good.
It's a fantastic piece.
Yeah, yes. It's holding the game.
Mhm. And the a5 pawn is weak in an endgame.
Yes.
And if black moves away with its rook at some point, then the a5 might fall.
Yeah.
Question is what black does. Maybe he has an idea to take on e2.
Yes.
Look at this.
Take. King takes.
Now there is a strange move. At some point, bishop g1. Maybe not now, but at some point, to attack d4.
Ah, yes, yes.
Of course, it's possible to protect with, for instance, bishop b2, but king d3 maybe. Maybe not bishop g1 straight away, but it might be an idea. Because you can follow up with rook f4 at some point.
Yes. Yeah, it's a funny position also.
Mm-hmm.
It's like strange position, the same like Hillar Persson's game. Also strange end game. And
It's the only thing you can be sure about in his game, that it's a strange position.
yes,
It's always, he always finds those strange positions.
yes, yes.
So maybe it's, perhaps it's an equal position, this. Would you like to have white or black, Wolf?
Probably black.
Okay.
Yes.
But look at the pawn on a5.
Yeah, this is. I'm afraid for this one. But then it's possible then to play. Well, he can go back to c7 with the bishop.
Mhm.
And if the rook tries to activate, you can attack with rook b8,
Mhm.
perhaps attack the b3 pawns.
Mhm.
I'm not sure how to put these two pieces, the knight and the bishop. Which squares shall they?
They have no
Stand
good
on.
squares.
This is the thing. That's
Mhm.
why
Mhm.
I don't like so much these two guys here.
Maybe you play passively with bishop e3 and then knight e2.
Yes.
And just stays.
Yeah.
And then later you can advance with the pawns on the king side.
Yes. That could be something.
I mean, what does black do? It's not clear.
Yeah, this I don't see either.
But you prefer black?
Somehow, I think white has to make a couple of good moves first here, make the best moves first. But then, if he comes out of this, then it would be easier later to play with white, probably.
Okay. Should we look at another game?
Yeah.
Leave the problems here for the players.
Yes.
Which game fascinates you the most here?
Maybe you can take...
Tiger's game, or you just looked at that recently, yeah?
Yeah. Or Hillar Persson, what happened? Shall we look at that game?
Again,
See,
okay.
Again, to see what was going on there. Here we have.
Yep. On board 17. It's a weird position.
Yeah. And he played. What has he played? Bishop C1. Knight F7. And he made a move, but
he pushed
to D7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, an option here was, I guess, Bishop A3,
Ah, yes.
but he preferred D7.
Yes.
To me, Bishop A3 looked better to keep the
Yes.
pressure somehow.
Yes.
But okay, he played D7.
And then now it says that black has advantage here.
Yeah.
Here is now it goes down a little bit, but let's see what he's thinking still. Yeah.
Is King G7 possible, or is that?
King where? G7, yes.
Yeah. Well, it's a natural move at least.
Yes. This looks
But he doesn't like to play natural moves, so.
no.
But
But this should be the move. Yeah.
looks fine, yeah. Or does he have time to play to take on F2?
Mm-hmm.
It's always an option to take on F2.
Yes. Yes. But then maybe A4 and so and trying, and then the bishop.
You mean the
Try
pawn
to
on
push
the A pawn is
pawn.
very quick for white, or?
Yeah, maybe it's quick, but or bishop A3 and bishop to E7. is one
Then he
line.
can play King G6.
G6.
We can just show the moves here.
Yeah.
If we take on F2, white checks.
King.
Yeah. And bishop E7,
Yeah.
threatening
Threatens
D8. So we have to play King G6.
Yes.
Now maybe rook C7 to come to C8 perhaps.
And then
Or-
to run or
No, just to play
maybe-
rook C7, C8 and
maybe
push
yes.
the pawn.
Yes, maybe this. Yeah, and also having this. Yeah, the threat is rook C8 actually. That is the threat, yes.
But for instance here, check on B8.
Aha.
I want to counterattack now.
Yes, and yeah, this was a good
If you
move.
go in the corner, I want to mate you,
Yes,
if possible.
yes.
And if not, you have to play king c2, probably.
Yes.
And now what? Maybe knight d3.
Yes. And we go with the rook, yeah.
Yeah, rook
Shall
c8.
we go- I go down, yeah, here.
Yeah. If I check now on b2, then you have later rook f8, kicking the knight
Ah,
and
yes.
forcing. So maybe you have to play rook b7 first,
Rook b7, yes,
and then you queen
here.
and
then-
d8, queen. Yeah.
Yes.
No, rook b7, because
Oh,
if I
oh.
play rook b2, then what I do after king c3?
Yeah, then I have to go back again, the same.
Yeah, okay, but then I
But
prefer to have your king on c2, so
Yeah.
that I can check later.
Yes.
So if we go back one move,
Ah,
rook b7,
yes. And if I give a check, you go to f5,
yeah,
no?
yeah, it's a nice square.
Yes, this is... Yeah, so we have to
Push,
push here. Take.
yes.
Take.
Maybe with rook also. Well, let's see.
No.
Rook b2.
Yes. Here.
Take on a2, perhaps, or what do you think? First.
Yeah, maybe I take this one first, yeah.
It's at least
Draw
better
at
for
least.
black.
Yeah, black is better. And this is... And when this will be gone, then there's no mate or anything. There is just... Can never
No.
play for mate. White can never play for mate or anything
The
here.
white pawns are for a
Yeah.
lovely dinner for black. No?
Yes, yes.
Mm. Maybe it was better to take with a rook on d8, perhaps. Or that wasn't possible, no.
No, because the
No,
bishop
maybe-
is hanging.
it was hanging at that moment, yeah. So this is a possible way to play for black.
And there was one move. I had one idea there. One rook b2, rook c, rook c7, rook c2, knight d3.
Perhaps we can go back to the game and see what happened after d7.
Ah, yes.
If we play, he played like we wanted.
What did he do?
I don't know. He hasn't done anything.
He must play. No,
No, we can take on
he can
F2.
take on f2. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the thing. He can take here.
Wasn't it necessary to push the d7 pawn because black could capture that one with the knight?
But you can defend it with bishop a3, and you mean to take it with? We can
Immediately
look.
take
We
it.
can look at that if it.
Yeah.
If we go back one move,
Here. There.
before there, yeah. What if bishop a3 now?
If you capture it with knight f7, is that possible?
Yeah, then
Yeah.
rook d7 perhaps.
And then king e8
Yeah, then you can take on d6 with rook.
and takes and king d7. Yeah, I still have the a pawn, but it's. But is it possible
not
to
possible.
play for?
It's a
black?
possibility.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm not sure black is better there, because the a pawn could become a threat. Maybe.
In general, I would like to have the pawn on a4 when I play
of
bishop
course.
a3.
I would like to have it on A7.
Yes, yes, yes. But for instance, Karyakin had this with A4 first, and then bishop to A3, and now when one puts the bishop here, now blocking the A pawn, then. But yeah, in the game also maybe he can play for A4 is after D7.
We can look at the actual position. White has just played D6, D7, and Tiger does what he often does. He's taking a long
here,
think.
No? Or we make this. And now I was thinking of A4, but the rook is also coming here. It's yeah.
I think he's choosing. Black is choosing between King G7 and Knight takes F2.
Yes.
It's two reasonable ways
Yes.
to act.
Yeah.
Because what else can he play? He often surprises us, so maybe he has found a third move.
Yes.
I don't know what that can be, but what do you think?
I don't. Yeah, I see only two moves that you.
King
those two you
G7,
mentioned.
as we have here on
And
board,
Knight
or Knight takes F2.
Yes.
Which would you prefer?
Almost King G7.
You want to play it safe,
Yes.
very
to have
safe.
r-
All the
quick
pieces in the
play.
correct squares, yeah?
Yes.
A question if knight takes F2. We
Yeah.
have knight takes G5.
Ah. Did we?
But we push
Right.
push D7.
Instead of king.
Ah, yes.
D7.
I can make this. So
Here, so take on
Knight.
F2,
Yeah.
and now
Knight takes G5.
take on
Knight,
G5
Yeah.
pawn takes.
with
Ah, you mean
It's
the
possible.
bishop takes? Interesting.
it's possible with knight, yeah. It's nice, interesting move. You support D7 with all your troops.
It's an interesting move. Good proposal. Yeah.
What happens? We take a look at it. Knight takes G5. And let's say we take it.
We have to take it. And then take bishop.
Mm.
It's very positional. Knight takes G5. Somehow. This.
And the threat is perhaps bishop F6 and then mate. Yeah.
Ah, yes, yes.
It looks good for.
Good suggestion.
Yeah.
It is Morphy style. This. Yes.
So,
Very
so
good.
Ulf, even if you did not immediately see this combination, your feeling told you King G7 was the correct move. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So let's look at the position of the King G7, because then probably Knight takes G5 is not possible.
Yes. Because knight on E4 is
Protecting
holding.
everything.
Yes.
And this looks somehow nice for black,
Yes.
doesn't it?
Yes.
But the computer is stupid enough to think that white is very slightly better, no?
Yes. Yes. That is true.
But it has not seen everything, perhaps.
Because this pawn on F2 is possible to take in the right moment, so to say.
Mhm.
Because the knight on F3 doesn't do anything doesn't disturb anything. It's just it has to be switched around coming to the queen side somehow, or just standing here with no future.
And the white king is not very good either.
Yeah.
It only helps black to activate with
yes.
rook b8.
Yes.
So white has only the pawn on d7.
All of this is like the soccer when you have one player in attack alone, just trying to break the defense.
That's if it's a good striker, maybe.
It needs to be a very good striker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that knight on f3, it would love to be anywhere else on the board, almost.
Yeah.
It doesn't protect f2, and it has no square to jump to
Mhm.
offensively. But of course white has two passed pawns here.
Yes.
Besides d7, it has the a
Maybe
pawn.
pushing the a pawn.
It's possible, yeah.
Yes.
Let's say that white plays a4.
Yeah.
What does black do?
Check b8.
Rook b8.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
B8.
possible. Rook b8 is possible,
Yeah.
and white will play king c2. Now maybe take on f2, or what do you think, Ulf?
Yes, maybe. But then it comes this with the bishop here and down here. Then we get maybe this.
Yes, but when black has a counter-attack with the possibility to play rook b2 at some stage after knight d3.
Yes.
Maybe.
Or if you play king g6, and then if he pushes again. The question is, yeah, when the pawn comes to a6, it's dangerous with rook b7 and so on. So white has a plan, at least.
Maybe the computer is correct. White is slightly better, maybe even.
Yes.
Black has to find the right moves, perhaps.
Yeah.
I like to take on f2.
Yes, we take this guy.
And now a5 or bishop a3.
Ah, yes, we can. What do you prefer?
I don't know. I like the idea to set up a counter-attack. If white plays, for instance, bishop a3,
Yes.
then knight d3,
Yeah.
bishop e7, and now check on b2, perhaps.
Yes.
And now,
If
It's-
here has perpetual at least.
well,
yeah.
it can escape to e3, but then we can threaten mate with knight f4 and rook e2, perhaps.
Yes. Yes.
We can just show the possibility: king c3,
Yes.
rook b3 check, king d2,
Yes.
and then you come back with maybe rook b2 check. And if king e3, then knight f4 is
Oh, threatens mate.
with knight takes e2 or rook e2.
There also, yeah.
Yeah.
Threatens.
It's a nice position. It's not completely clear, but it's
Yes.
a dangerous position for both players.
Yeah.
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 We'll come back to
This is interesting.
we'll come back to this game because
Welcome back once again. Apologies about this. Hopefully you can hear us now. We're still looking at this very interesting game between Gajewski and Sumsander. So while we were offline, we were just looking at this possible variation.
Yes.
So I guess black has a choice between taking on g2, taking on e4. I don't know if there's any other candidate moves.
If he takes on e4, does he take with the bishop? He can.
And he has just taken on e4 actually.
Yes.
So let's have a look.
And how do I take?
So the question is, nobody really is asking if we can repeat what we said in the last 5 minutes because they couldn't hear us online. Basically, we were just looking at this position. I don't think you missed much because we were not sure what's happening. But let's stick with the current position on the board. So we now have to think about how to take back. Do we take back with the queen or with the bishop? What do you think? I guess to give a definite answer would take quite a bit of calculation, but what does your instinct say?
Yeah, maybe with the queen, but I'm not sure. Really. I'm really not sure. I take with the queen. If you take the bishop or something else and take it back. Yeah,
So let's have a look.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at queen takes.
Yeah, I'm not sure here. This is very difficult.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, we can play moves without any punishment here, so we can have a look.
Yeah, which move?
Let's have a look at queen takes, maybe.
Queen first. And then
I'm even wondering already if there can be any mates if we take on g2. Queen takes.
queen takes.
Oh no.
Or king, queen.
So after queen takes, I guess you have to go to f7, yes?
Yes.
I was wondering if I could cut your king off with rook e1, but there is probably no time. Oh, is there? No, because of rook g8.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I was just dreaming of checkmating the black king, but I think it's a bit too optimistic.
But
the black king will run, yeah, I guess.
I was thinking of queen here to c6, but
By the way, Gajewski has taken on e4 with the queen.
he took with the queen.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not sure what is going on here.
Queen g6.
c6. Yes, we try this move.
G.
G6. G6. Well, have to take.
Taking with the
Pawn takes, and then yes, this is interesting also.
So the king
King
has to go either to g8 or e8, but I guess we'll go to e8, otherwise we'll take on h6 with check, I guess.
Yes. Shall we look at this? Yes.
Mhm.
So
Check. Rook.
then
Rook.
Rook e1,
E1.
king d8,
okay. Yes.
and now what? The pawn on g6 looks strong, but maybe it's not actually doing so much.
No, because
And the
it-
knights are taking the squares
Yeah.
away
and
from each other.
the only way is that for white is if he could win the whole rook for the
Mhm.
pawn.
But black
if,
can always give up in the worst case.
yeah, if it gives, if, for instance, just exchange and so
Mhm.
on, then this the queen side
Pawns. Yeah.
is too strong, and probably with 2 pawns up, no 1 pawn up on the queen side, and the d4 is weak as well. So
Okay, so let's
Yeah.
go back. Maybe black
Yeah.
doesn't have to take on g2. What are black's options? Oh, actually, no. What am I saying? The line we looked at seemed to be fine for black. So does white have anything better?
yeah,
You were thinking of maybe taking with.
I even think he had
With
to
the
take
king?
with the king
Mm-hmm.
to have trying to, but I don't know how to get. And I want to have the rook in play here somehow, or get it with the rook to the G line. Yep. And the queen to C6.
Mm-hmm.
I like that also.
Okay, so let's have a look.
Shall we
Oh.
take first sorry then?
You want to take with the? I thought you.
If
Okay.
yeah, if we have this was the position
Mhm.
before, and then he proposed here queen g6, but then what happens if queen c6?
Mhm.
Because it's disturbing there, but it's disturbing the rook and the pawn and the pawn's
Mhm.
structure here.
Yeah.
Maybe the
And the black queen is very out of play.
yeah, it's out of play. Because if he gets the b5 pawn and the c4 pawn, these two pawns then
Mhm.
destroy the queen side. And besides, the knight is
Mhm.
out of order here.
I guess I don't have time for a move like king. I was thinking even king e8 to somehow get the king, but it's not gonna.
King, where
no.
to?
No, it doesn't really make sense. Yeah, actually, I don't like this so much for black at all.
No. The queen is out of play.
Yeah, and it's very hard to bring it back.
Yes.
Okay, what if I give a check rook g8?
On g8
Mm-hmm.
with the
With the rook. Or queen.
with queen.
But can I go knight g6 now?
Ah, maybe even that. Yes. But threatens here also.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes, it's a very nice. Knight g6. Good.
This is probably just, I guess, winning for white
Yeah.
somehow.
And this is hanging.
Everything is hanging.
Yeah. And yes.
That's why I wanted to try king e8, but even that, I don't really believe in it. Here in this position, I wanted to try and
King e8.
yes,
Yes.
but
So maybe is the best way.
okay. I mean, even rook e1,
Ah,
and there is
Yeah,
no the
yeah,
king
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
have a
yes, yes.
shelter.
Because mate here, if you yes, it's true. That's not
Also, there is a suggestion in the chat that after knight takes g2, there is queen e6.
also possible.
Which
Yeah.
might just maybe win on the spot, actually.
It will paralyze the pieces
Yeah.
here, the rooks.
Yeah.
Also good, yes.
Probably stronger, actually. Let's put that on the board. So queen e6.
Then
We cannot play king h8 because of knight g6. We cannot play queen f7 because of knight h6. So that means we have to play rook f7.
this rook is not possible, probably. Or maybe it's possible, but we make this rook anyway, this. But now it's completely
Yeah,
paralyzed.
exactly. That's what nobody really is saying. It's basically
And-
black is
and we
stalemated. He
take
will
it
not have
here.
any moves.
Yeah,
And this must be over.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is, and this is out of order also.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we've now
Yes.
established, and okay, they played some moves actually in the game. So knight takes g2 was impossible. So black played knight takes d4 instead.
And knight takes d4. Oh,
Yeah, so here after queen takes. So what's happening now? So he took,
Interesting. Yeah.
took,
Right.
and took. So the point is after queen
Ah.
takes, there was knight e2
Yes.
check. An interesting little tactic.
3, 6, 3, 4. If knight takes queen, and bishop takes queen, and then we have rook and 2 pawns.
Sorry?
If knight takes d4,
Hmm. So
queen,
let's put that on the board. Let's show
Yeah.
that.
there is probably nothing else than
Mhm.
this. This. Yeah, it's still interesting, yeah, because this position it's easier to defend for black because white has no heavy pieces, no queen and no rook, only the minor pieces.
So the material situation, black has a rook and 2 pawns for the 2 minor pieces.
Yes.
But maybe the minor pieces are a bit uncoordinated at the moment.
Yeah.
So you think this is better for black?
Black is perhaps not worse anyway.
Mm.
It is possible. But that was the way to defend.
Also,
Yes.
actually,
Good
maybe
defense.
we should stick
So-
with the game because time is ticking down. I just noticed now
Yeah.
white is already under 2 minutes.
This happened, like this.
Yes, this
yeah.
is the position on the board right now, and black
Yeah.
is also under 5 minutes. They still have to make
Yeah.
10 moves.
Yes. Yeah, black must change queens. It is obligation here.
Yeah, it looks very likely we'll get this end game that we
Yes.
just had on the board. And yeah, this position is now on the board. Queen takes e4 and bishop e4 have been played.
Because if he will win the b pawn, then all the other pawns are ugly. No way to win probably for black, no play. So maybe to keep it with
a6 maybe?
a6, for instance.
So shall we have a look at a6
Yes.
maybe? I guess white has to somehow bring the knight from h2 maybe back into play.
Yeah,
Do you want to put it to g6 or to f5?
maybe the f5. e5, yeah.
And it's even not easy maybe to defend h6.
No.
Actually, if black plays king h7, is there a good discovery?
Was it a game?
No, bishop
No.
takes e4 is still on the board.
Yes. And here, when he takes here, just play king h8 or something to use the rook, probably.
So rook e8, or
Rook e8, maybe, yes. And how many?
yeah, the time. Okay, maybe we should just
They
let's just keep maybe the position
Yes.
because the players are both down to 2 minutes.
Yeah, and they have to make
A lot of moves still.
Yes.
9 and 10.
Not easy, no.
Yeah.
But it was a nice defense from black, this knight takes d4. Very good defense.
Yeah. So if you had to choose, would you take the black pieces here?
Yeah, I think so. I believe so, but it looks like it can be, it's very simplified. It can be very simplified at least and end up with a draw, but now I would be okay with black. Not before it was dangerous, very dangerous.
So black played rook d8.
Rook d8. Yeah, this may okay also. But he plays this first, yeah, this move first.
Okay, so it looks like there is no way really to defend h6.
Somehow.
So we can maybe can we just move the king to get out of the check? Maybe king f8.
Yes. No.
No, king f8, and I'm
Yeah, it's
walking into knight
possible.
e6. That's maybe king h8.
Yes. But once b5 will fall, then black has no good pawns.
Yes,
then
that's true.
very
Okay,
well.
so do you think we maybe have to defend b5 is more important than
Yeah.
holding on to h6?
Well, the idea is, okay, maybe if he wins b5, maybe black wins the b2 pawn and has the c pawn. But the c pawn is not so dangerous. But in meanwhile, white will win the h pawn, maybe wins another pawn.
Would you say it's also a game where all 3 results are still possible?
What to,
All 3 results? We're
Yeah.
playing for 3 results?
no, I think more, I would guess more and more looking like a draw, yeah, somehow. I
But a
don't
lot
know.
of things can still, especially I think with the players so low on time.
Yeah, that is difficult.
I guess we'll have more clarity in 8 moves once they reach move 40.
Yeah, yes.
And he has played king f8. So white can now, if he wants, take on b5. I guess he should take, yeah?
Yes.
Because if black gets one more move, he's going to defend the pawn with a6 and probably refine.
A6, and then the idea is c5, and then to come with a rook, to come in with a rook somehow, but He was afraid of c5. He blockades. Yeah, this is probably better than to take the pawn.
So what happens now after a6? Then he will take on... no, the knight is hanging. So what's his idea after a6?
Yeah, a6 should be a good move too. But the white pieces, they defend each other there. You cannot get rid of the bishop or the knight. Everything defends each other there. But black cannot move the knight because a check on e6. But otherwise, in one moment, if he can, he played a6. Yes. In one moment, if he can get knights to d3, hitting b2, or even just take a possible danger, this h5 pawn.
So maybe we can move the rook somewhere, or the king?
Yes, the rook, I guess. But we cannot go here, cannot go anywhere here, only here. And then but then he can...
It's a strange position where there are not so many moves for both sides. Okay, I guess white can maybe think of activating the king.
Maybe
King
walking
H2,
here and here to hit the knight, and later, with the idea of knight to e6.
I'm starting to quite like white, actually.
Actually, the rook has only one square or two squares. It's b8 or c8.
I expect king h2 to be played. I'm not even sure.
Yeah. But perhaps it was more precise to play king h8 instead of king f8.
To not walk into this fork?
Yeah, because now any moment he goes with the king, you can take the pawn to come back here. But still, how many? They have to make
They have to make seven more moves. I guess our times were not completely accurate. Because white seems to still be thinking, so he must have a little bit more time on the clock still.
Yeah.
But I wonder, is a4 maybe a move, or what is white thinking about?
a4, yes. a4, then...
But b4, I guess.
b4 is to... yes, to take on a4 is just to play for a draw, no? To exchange as many pawns as possible. But b4 is interesting.
I'm just trying to come up with an explanation as to why king h2 hasn't been played yet, which looks like a natural move.
Yes. a6, yeah, he must make something here, please.
No, it looks like white is still thinking, unless we are not receiving moves. I will briefly check on here what is happening on board 2, because board 2, the game which we looked at a while ago, the Ruy Lopez game.
Yes.
There has a lot is happening there as well. It looks like black was winning earlier, and now there's an unclear position, but we can come to that a bit later because they have already made move 40, so there's no more time pressure there. And as I said earlier, we have had draws already on board 1, 3 and 5. The position we have on the board, Gajewski against Sumsander, is board 6, and on board 4 it looks like white has just blundered massively. Maybe we can Maybe we can go there very briefly because it looks like that.
Board 4.
Yeah, it looks like that is
yes.
about to come to an end. Lagarde against Alessio Valzacchi. Why can't I not go there? Okay. So I'll just go back
here.
a couple of moves. So they had this position here after Queen E3. Bishop D5 was played.
Yes.
And it looks like White's next move was a big blunder. If the engine is to be trusted, let's find the winning blow for Black, which was missed by Valzacchi.
Ah.
Okay, it's actually.
I was thinking, but I don't see exact. But there.
Do we have any suggestions from the audience?
Rook takes G2.
And rook takes.
That is not it, but it's close.
If rook H1 comes king to F2.
Yeah, but that is the winning move actually, rook H1.
Ah, rook H1
And
first. Yes.
the problem is that after king F2, now the winning move is rook 6 H2. Which is kind of nice. And the point is that after rook takes H1, we take on G2. And I think basically the king is just gonna be in too
It
much.
just takes the
We take here.
would take on C2.
Maybe taking on C2.
Ah, you can take on G3 also, or maybe you can do both things.
I think basically in the end we just take the queen and then we take the rook, yeah? Because so in here, in this
yeah.
line, after king here,
And
we
you
just take the rook.
take and then a check,
Yeah.
and then take the rook. That's right. Takes and queen
And then-
C7.
Ah, yeah. Oh, that way, yeah.
Queen C7 check.
Yeah, yeah.
Or C8.
Yeah. Any of those checks and then pick up the rook.
Yeah.
So that's what black missed. And actually after e6, white played rook e2. And I think there was the same. Not the same. Oh, actually, the same motive. It's very nice. This, and now this move. Rook h1.
Yes. And then
The
king-
point is king cannot take
No.
because bishop takes g2.
king-
And after king f2, is it rook f1 or what's the move?
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Let me see. I don't know, after king f2? the winning move here, and of course this is a lot easier with the computer. The winning move is Queen A8.
Ah, that's winning the... That is to win the rook, just.
Yeah, and the rook is...
Yeah, if you go
It's
back
trapped
with the
and
rook,
after
then
rook
check
G.
and wins the other rook.
Yeah.
Yes,
So basically
That's
we
nice.
trapped the rook on G2.
this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also, now it's easier to understand why the player with the black pieces missed this
Yeah.
in time trouble, because Queen A8 is far from obvious.
Yes.
And instead it looks like the engine is not lying for once. He went from -8 to +2
Oh.
in one move,
Uh-huh.
because now white just took here.
Yes.
I'm not sure what is happening. Rook H1,
Because King F2.
King F2 is
Yeah. The thing he cannot take on D5 with the pawn because E6 check. So it means he must exchange queens, and then of course then white is better. Just
yeah. But so that's
Pawn
why
up
he
and
went
then-
here,
and
King
then-
H7.
He played this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he has to take with the pawn there. Yeah, that's the only chance.
I'm a bit confused, I have to say, about what's going on. But then Queen C5 was played, so this was all played in a terrible time scramble.
Uh-huh.
Queen C5,
Now it's
And now-
jumping again. No,
now is
the-
taking.
This, yes.
E6.
It comes anyway, yes.
And F takes.
Yes.
And now why is the engine saying that this is...
Yeah, what to Queen C7.
Queen
yes.
C7 is the move, yeah, and apparently Queen C7 is just completely winning. It's okay, black only has 2 moves. Yeah, I did take... the black king is just too weak, that's why.
Yeah.
And E6 is
And
gonna
a
drop.
pawn down, and then pawn
Yeah.
down. He loses the E6 pawn.
And after Queen
Maybe
G7...
Queen G7. Yeah. That is wrong.
But now once again the computer, and yeah, Queen C7 has been played. Once again the computer finds a clever move, King F3.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good move. The white king is safe always on
Yeah.
G4, F3 there, and the rook endgame is a big advantage, yes.
Mm.
That is true.
Okay, so it looks like Lagarde is probably gonna win this game. Let's come back to it. Let's see if we had more moves in the Gajewski game.
Yes. Yes, Gajewski has it.
No, it looks like that board is stuck, unfortunately. It looks like that one is stuck. Yeah, I'm not
Maybe.
receiving moves here either. I wonder if there's a possibility that black offered a draw after a6.
It's possible,
It
yeah.
could be,
Yes.
because it's the first time, like, we've always been receiving moves. So I guess
Possibly-
there is a chance.
Possibly a draw, yeah. In this moment.
Okay, so let's see what else. Okay, so I don't know why we're not. I'll just refresh the page because I'm not sure why we're not receiving results here. But we've had draws on board 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7.
Mm.
And on board 10, Frode Urkedal has beaten Zhu Shen, so that means there are only 4 games still going on the top 10. So we'll try. And we also I suspect at least, that Gajewski and Sumsander has finished in a draw. Either that, or we are failing to receive moves. So let's see.
And Hillar Persson, how is...
Yeah, let's go back to Tiger.
Yeah, that would be nice to see.
Okay, so let's hope we can... Okay, so there are the results for the top 10. The top 10 boards. And let's go and... Apologies. So let's go down to Tiger. Tiger's still playing. The bar looks happy, but sometimes it can be deceiving.
It says, yeah.
Let's go and see. Okay.
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah.
That's a lot of extra pawns.
Yes. That must be winning, yes. Yeah. Must be winning. There are 2 pawns more and...
Where do I put the rook? Can we even give a check?
Yeah, it's possible.
Or rook h3?
Yeah, give a check, or rook h3, or rook d3. Yeah, maybe just take the pawn on h2.
There are so many tempting options.
Yeah, and then white is only the a pawn, which is not dangerous at all.
This game will probably be over within a few moves.
Yes. This looks like Hillar Persson will win.
A very nice save by Tiger from what looked like a very difficult position out of the opening.
Yes, he played well.
Okay, so let's check in. So Tiger is going to win this game. Let's check in with those games that are still ongoing in the top 10. So Lagarde Valzecki, we just had a look at. Gajewski, Sumsander, I guess, finished in a draw. Let's go to Nesterov.
That was an
And
interesting
Volkov.
game also.
Okay.
Like this. Yeah, this looks like... let me see. This... Let me see, isn't this winning? There.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking rook b4 check.
Let's have a look. So rook b4, king.
And then to push the pawn, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like with the king here,
Yeah.
it's going to be very tough for white to survive this. King a3 is on the board, by the way. What can white even do?
Maybe it will be a Zugzwang also in this. If, let's see if he waits for that, waits there. But still maybe he's...
Why did you want to wait?
my idea was to go with the c pawn, but it's still not...
Okay. Is there anything better? Are we in time to bring the king somehow? So what are the options if we don't push the c-pawn? What else are you thinking of?
One has to push the c-pawn, no?
You tell me.
Yeah, I believe have to come. But he waits then
Okay, how do we wait?
with the... we have to... Yeah, we have to move the bishop, yeah. The bishop. Yeah, if he can... Yeah, he moves the bishop to... Yeah, where does he go? No, I'm not completely sure. Not so. Maybe still fighting.
Where do we put the bishop?
Hmm?
Where do we put the bishop?
Yeah, if we play bishop to... Let's go to e6 first. Let's see.
I guess I will
You
push.
and I go back.
Don't you have rook b6 now?
Hmm?
Don't you have rook b6 now?
Now
Uh-huh.
And then king a2 and then rook e2 check.
or now rook b6?
Rook b6, yes.
That's
Yeah.
a mistake.
He doesn't want to allow the pawn to come to h7. Maybe sacrificing the g-pawn, the pawn to h7 maybe, some fight, but...
No, but I go back to the same position, but it's white.
Uh-huh,
No, Solsson.
yes.
So, sorry, you were saying that after king a2, rook b2.
Check, yeah.
A3,
And now rook
b4.
Uh-huh.
Now b4, yeah. Yes.
And now in Sultan, yeah?
Yeah.
So what happens if we give up the g-pawn? Let's say
Because he will be cut off there. Let's say he bishop
but
c2.
you can take with the rook.
Bishop c2, king takes pawn, h6.
Yeah, but can I take with the rook?
Then I play
but
king
then I
b,
lose.
king b3.
Okay, yeah.
But if king takes h6, and then yeah, this is funny. King g5 maybe. Can I see this just for fun? And push h7 and rook to b8. If bishop b3 to play king h6. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think that is
So after this move, we
King
have king
G7,
g7, yeah?
yes.
Very nice. But actually, black didn't play c4. Black played rook b6.
Rook b6. Yes.
Bishop d7.
Yes. He's not sure if he should play c4 or not. That is the thing.
But he will have to at some point
yes.
anyway, I guess. Maybe it's just trying to find the best moment
Yes.
to push c4.
I think he will make it somehow.
Yeah.
He will make it.
Let's see. We can also check in with Patrick Lubeck. We haven't seen his game in a
Yes.
long time, I think, against
Yes.
Heberla. Let's see what's happening there.
Mhm.
Okay, so they just made time control, and white is a pawn up.
Yes.
But also maybe the black pieces don't look so great at all. So it's white to move. I guess one question is, can I bishop c3? I was just wondering if I could go bishop e5.
Maybe, yeah.
Rook takes D3.
Rook takes d3.
Ah, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Perhaps, yes.
Walked straight into it.
But that position, yeah, probably, yeah, that is enough. Rook takes d3. Because I was thinking if pawn takes, you take on e5, and then rook g1. It wins the g6 pawn. But still, because knight on h5 is a little bit bad.
But this looks better.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
now white can just play safely with his pawn up. Maybe the
Yeah.
rook at some point, maybe the rook can go to the b file. And
Yeah.
it's just tough. Black can't really move his knight.
No.
Can't really. Tough to find a move for black.
He can only wait, no?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, the pawns are weak, and white king very good on f3.
Ah, by the way,
Close to.
we've had
They have played
We've
many
had an
moves there.
update, in the Gajewski game, so they didn't agree a draw. Instead, we missed all the action. Let's go back there. So that is the position on the board. I'm quickly gonna click through the moves that we missed.
Yes.
So we left it here after a6. So
Yeah.
white now played not king h2, which we expected, but f3. And black did remove the rook out of that e6 fork. King f2, b4. So all of this was played in time pressure. A takes b4, rook takes, king e3, knight takes h5. It's all very concrete, actually.
Yes.
Knight e6,
Mhm.
king f7, bishop d5, c6, and the last move before the time control was knight d8 and king g6. Now the players received an additional half hour. Knight e7 check, king g5,
Oh, it's almost made.
knight e6.
Fan, det
Look at that
det
king.
är långt bort.
Yeah.
Knight f5, king h3, and eventually the check stop. White takes on c6, and rook takes b2.
Yes. Yeah, black is certainly not worse here.
So black now has a rook and 3 pawns.
Yeah. He has many pawns now, and the a pawn can be dangerous. I don't see how white can do anything there with the knights. No mating net or anything.
Can we take, for starters, take the pawn on h6?
Yeah, this
Try
is
and eliminate.
Yes, and then then it looks very much that it can end up with a draw. He will take.
Because also the king is not so great, maybe,
No,
here.
taking the pawns and later maybe giving the bishop for the a pawn.
Although I never know if I should trust this
No.
this or not. But White has played King D4 actually.
King D4. He doesn't want to allow C3. That's why he did this. Yeah, this is.
Because also this pawn is not running away.
No.
Yeah, so King D4 actually makes a lot more sense.
It's a nice game, good game, with both players playing well, yes.
Meanwhile, Tiger's game is just about to finish.
Yes.
I'm not gonna put it on the board just because the computer is quite slow, so that would take some time. But his opponent will resign in a second. I will keep an eye on it.
This is the position, yeah?
Okay, let's put
And
it on the
he's-
board actually.
And he is on move also.
Yes, he's on move, yeah. So, if
Yes.
the computer will allow us. We'll go there to see the conclusion of the game.
Knight D3 check is a good starter there. And next move C3, wherever he goes.
But also I was wondering, is Rook E2, am I walking into something again? Or?
No, yeah, this you can also do, yes, yes. You can also take on E6,
Yes.
simple, but Rook E2 may be the most exact, yeah, to win material, yes, yes.
It just wins a piece, right? Or am I missing something? Tiger's probably enjoying his
Yes,
position.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't think there's any point for us to look at this.
no,
Tiger
no, this
will
is-
win this game.
Yes.
Okay. So what else? Let's check these. Something just no. Okay, let's check these games between board 10 and 20. We haven't seen them at all. Let's check Jesper Thibault against Prasad.
Yeah.
Which isn't much to look at. White is a piece up. Okay, for 2 pawns, but still.
Yeah.
Or do you think black has any chances?
Yeah, it seems difficult, yeah. But he must play a little bit. He has 2 pawns for the knight and maybe...
I mean, we saw yesterday when Lars Oskar Hauge resigned very prematurely this
Yes,
weekend game, so
yeah, yeah.
there's no point in resigning too early, but my guess is White will win. It will go on for a little longer, but
Yeah.
White should really
Yes.
win. So let's move on down the tables. On board 14, Lauren da Costa against Sengupta Deep.
Mm.
Another game we haven't seen. I think all of the games we're going to look at now we haven't seen before. Oof, this one also
See.
looks close to be over.
Yeah, there's 3 pawns more.
3 pawns more, but also
Yeah.
the Black King
Yes,
is
yes.
in a lot of trouble.
Yes.
Black doesn't have a check, so
No.
this one, I guess, is even very likely that Black will resign here.
Yes.
Okay, Let's move on. Not much to analyze here. So let's go to board 17 is Tiger. Let's go to board 18, Debashish Das against John Paul Wallace. And by the way, Tiger played a move, none of our suggestions. Tiger played c3. But I don't, oh, is it just, it's not my idea. Okay, so this is the position in that game. Once again, I mean, at first sight we all see the computer evaluation of plus 28, so probably also not so.
This looks like it should be.
We're just hitting
over.
h6, yeah, how
Yes.
to even defend.
Yeah, it looks like
That,
resignable. Yes.
okay, Tiger has just won his game. Looks like we're gonna have an early finish tonight, actually. And I think there was one more game we haven't seen. So the last game we haven't seen yet is between two Russian players. Chikin and Ivanov.
Yes.
You said, I know it was Harry who said that Ivanov plays in Sweden a lot.
Yeah, he plays a lot. That is true in Sweden. And before he was playing in the club, this the Viking chess club. But this club stopped now. They doesn't exist.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yes, yes.
What happened?
Yeah, I think the sponsors went away, and it was the same with the club from Malmö.
Okay.
The first two teams from the last year's league, they dropped out because
That's a pity.
no more sponsors. Yeah, this was a pity.
So what about Ivanov's position here? Quick pawn count.
Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and but bishop pair, but it's not. Black goals here, but maybe it's not so easy to win, but he has a better position. Black is better.
How does Black...
The computer didn't like d5 so much.
Yeah, so let's go back a move after king h6.
White played d5, yes. Pushing there.
If we scroll down a little bit, we can get some help.
Maybe better to wait. With
Yes, so
pulse
that's
like it, not to
apparently,
push.
yeah. Okay, so apparently White had a lot of moves, but only the computer doesn't like this push. Okay, so let's try and understand what's wrong with d5.
White lost patience in this position, and Black has more chances now than before.
Is it just that White is giving up control over a lot of squares, or is there something?
The squares, he gives the square e5, and
Could it be f5 or something?
sorry,
Could it be the move f5 that Black plays?
b.
Let's have a look. f5 is being
F-
suggested.
F5,
I'm not sure.
I sometimes feel, and now it's even worse when we can only see the... Okay, f5.
Does he open up for the bishops a little bit?
Because if I play f5, I don't play for the squares anymore with black. Changing from position of the game to a little bit slugger. I say hitting, receiving, hitting, yeah.
Slugfest, is that a word?
Hmm?
Slugfest is a word, right?
Slugfest.
Or did I just make that up?
Yeah, in Swedish, yeah, maybe. Slug.
No, I think in English.
In English, slugfest.
Unless I've completely lost my mind. Let me see. Slugfest. Slugfest is a tough
Slugfest.
and challenging contest, especially in sports such as boxing and baseball.
Uh-huh.
So I haven't lost my mind just yet. Not just yet.
Slugfest, yeah.
What could it be? The punish d5 must be something.
Okay, shall we? It's late in the day. Shall we have a cheat?
Could be knight d5 also.
A
D5,
cheat. Knight
that-
e5.
Yes, because this is a nice square. One should not help him get rid of. No, it will be. He will use the square e5 the rest of the game, more or less. And
That's
the,
more your style, I think.
and the bishop can come out to g4 and so.
Yes. It looks promising for black.
D5.
Actually, he hasn't played knight e5. He played. He took on d5.
Yeah, also possible.
Meanwhile, sad news for the local fans. Patrick Lubeck has resigned against Heberla.
Ah, yes.
Which leaves us with only 3 games still going in the top 10. Okay, shall we go back to Gajewski actually, which is probably the most
Yeah.
interesting game that is still going on.
Yes, yes.
So Gajewski against Sumsander. What just happened? Nope, that is not what I wanted. This is what I want.
I guess not.
So that.
Yeah, he's thinking after king d4. He doesn't know what to do.
No, he's
Yeah.
played a5.
Ah, yeah,
a5 is
uh-huh.
on the board.
But king d4 was a very good move. And now maybe trying to start to grab the pawns that he can do on h6 and then try to.
Can we not take on
Or maybe-
c4? Is there something
maybe
wrong?
c4 also can also take on c4. Yeah, the game will be a draw.
Probably. Yeah.
It will be a draw.
Let me see.
It needs a big blunder from anyone to lose this game. Yeah, really big blunder.
Meanwhile, Nestorov still, Volkov still hasn't pushed c4. He's still
No.
trying to find the right moment
Yeah.
to push c4. Lagarde on board 4 has a completely winning rook endgame. Let's go there. He has played rook king c3 here.
C3 even, yes.
What if we try and defend the pawn? Rook b4.
Which move now?
I was just wondering if I try and defend this, but then I guess I'm also stuck. After that I can't push the a-pawn anymore.
Yes.
This knight still doesn't have any
If-
squares, really.
If black wants to make a draw in general, he can quickly go for the white bishop to give exchange, and then he will have maybe
Just
two
two
knights
knights,
against. Yeah.
Actually, I saw that yesterday in the World Blitz Championship.
Uh-huh.
One grandmaster tried to beat another grandmaster with
Yeah.
only 2 knights,
Yes.
which isn't really possible unless you
No.
go to the wrong square.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one probably will most likely end in a draw. So let's
Yes.
check in with Lagarde.
One sec.
So they have gotten to this rook ending.
Yes, this is hopeless, yes. I would say.
How do we...
Yeah,
Can we simply push g6? Or?
first g6. I should-
Doesn't B5 win on the spot?
Hmm?
Ah, yes. b5.
b5.
That seems to win on the spot. We cannot take with the rook, and if we take with the pawn, I guess the a pawn is
No,
just...
but I must take with the pawn.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking not b5. b5.
No?
Better to win the d pawn and the a pawn. You can have the same
There's
position.
no rush, you mean?
Yes, you can.
So let's...
You but g6 and then take the pawn and then a waiting move with the king, I suppose.
It's even...
Must move king. Yeah,
Right.
back. And then we take the pawn on a6. You take, and then king takes d3. And then rook b6.
Mm-hmm. And that is
Should
that, yeah.
no.
Okay, I guess I have to go behind the pawn.
a6. And the king will go.
Mm-hmm. To
b3.
b7.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that will be that. White is still thinking after king g7, but I have no doubt that white is going to win this. What else? So let's see. And yeah, he has just played g6. Let's go back to Volkov, descending with the rook against the bishop.
Yes. And finally he pushed. He had to do that. And to push again.
Mm-hmm.
There. Now is the question.
But isn't this...
I was thinking of b2, but bishop can go on the...
I'm just... Isn't this the position we had on the board earlier?
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
looked at this
Yeah.
before. And now bishop will go.
Where can the bishop go?
To, yeah, e6 or d7.
Actually, he went to g6.
Like this. And then it will be, yeah, he wants to keep it like this. Yeah, this is interesting, this also. I wonder if it can end up in the position with rook versus bishop and a pawn for each one. If that is winning or not.
But it feels like there must be a way, no? To avoid.
It takes many moves anyway to win such a position.
Do we not have a way to win this more easily? What happens if I take?
Yes, then h6.
And if I...
Rook b6.
Then h7.
Rook b8.
Yes. Maybe better not to lose a tempo, perhaps.
Yeah, but then work with the king.
Because now... Yes, maybe...
Throw the king to d2.
And maybe just come with king to d2.
Maybe.
That is, yes, this is... Can we see how this works? But...
It doesn't look like white can do anything. Guess I have to wait.
But if king comes to d2, and then c2 winning the bishop, but... What place?
Yeah, it looks like this.
To come with bishop to c2 and b3 somehow.
Okay, let's have a look.
Bishop c2. And you come with the king. We go there, yes. But no, maybe if king e3, then c2.
And the queen would check. Yeah?
Yes.
Nice.
I was thinking king a2. First this, but...
But then can I... Oh no.
Yes, you...
I can, yeah?
Yeah, you can, yes. And I have to play... Yeah. This is winning, yes.
Okay, but I shouldn't.
And then king comes to
Yeah.
d2, and then rook back to b8, yes, yes. It should be winning somewhere, yes.
Okay,
Like
so,
this.
yeah, and then...
Yeah. And then a check on
Yeah.
the b line.
So, okay, so that was nice. So in the game, yeah, this was played. Played king f4, but it's probably
Yeah, king
leading
f4
to
coming quick there.
leading to the same thing, yeah.
Yes.
Let's see. By the way, the Gajewski zum Sande game has finished in a draw.
They made a draw, yes.
Yeah, so let's just show how that finished. Not so much more happened there, actually. Some pieces were. So here, after king c3, black played rook b3. Rook b4.
Yes.
And that's all. Rook takes and a draw is agreed.
Yes.
A very interesting game, this
Yeah,
one, actually.
Yes.
And it seemed like a very, despite the fact that both players were so short on time, a quite clean game.
Yes.
There were no,
Yeah.
seems like neither player made any big mistakes. Okay, so that leaves us with only 2 games still going in the top 10. Let's see what happened below. I think a lot of those games were close to being finished. Yeah, so we saw that Thibault is winning against Prasad, and Costa is winning against Sengupta. This one I don't think is so interesting for the standings right now. Ivanov is gonna try for a while. I think that brings us to a close. Lagarde has a completely winning endgame
Yes, yes.
against Falzecchi. I'm just trying to bring that up now. That is not the position on the board. He has already taken all the black pawns. This is the position on the board.
Yes.
It will be won by Lagarde. And Volkov is also going to win against Nazarov.
Mm. Yeah.
This endgame we just came from. So yeah, king f4 is on the board. And I think we're going to call it a day here.
Yeah.
Because the black player is going to win this endgame. So thank you very much for watching today. Thank you to our live audience here in the room. Tomorrow is the last day of 2018 and we will start 3 hours earlier than usual. The games will kick off at noon local time here in Stockholm. And Ulf will be joining me once again.
Yes.
I believe. So that's something to look forward to. So once again, thank you for watching. Ulf, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Have a lovely evening.